Hey there everyone, it's Drew here. So earlier today we did get the announcement from Nintendo of America earlier on their Twitter page that we'll be getting a Nintendo Direct tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be about roughly 40 minutes long and focus on games releasing this winter. Now, I've always find these, direct season to be an interesting time because unlike so many other players in the industry, Nintendo just likes to announce their events literally the day before, not PlayStation or Microsoft. A lot of times they give us at least some weeks in advance, but not Nintendo. You know the day before, and you just better darn have your schedule ready or just whatever you need to do so that you can watch it, or otherwise you just have to watch it later or just whatever. But it's just interesting. But at the same time, they have a pattern. They have a pattern where they do these directs. We know they usually have them in September, and we know they usually have them in June. And then they sometimes have it either January or February. I mean, they have a pattern of doing things, and they always announce it the day before. So this time of year, everyone's always speculating, and of course, we can't talk about this direct without talking about the leaks by a little bird called Pyuro. Now, Pyuro was giving some leaks. He did post a GIF of Donkey Kong doing a role, and everyone was, speculating about what that means for Donkey Kong. Is it just a new Donkey Kong being announced? Is it a Donkey Kong movie being announced? And he later clarified that it seems to be something related to Mario versus Donkey Kong. Now, I actually enjoy that series. I like the first entry in the Game Boy Advance. I like the that one entry on the DS with the minis marching mayhem or something along those lines. And a lot of, actually, I think those games are really fun. So we think if we have something around that same quality at least, maybe with more platforming and less of just the automatic lemming style gameplay, I think that a new entry could actually be very interesting. And another thing as well, it's maybe not necessarily the only Donkey Kong related thing that could be announced. There could be Donkey Kong 64 for Nintendo Switch Online. We could maybe still get a new Donkey Kong announced. They still have those rumors that Nintendo EA is currently working, Nintendo ADP, I don't know what it's called, but they're currently working on Donkey Kong now as you speak, the same team behind Super Mario Odyssey. We still have yet to see those rumors. I kind of suspect that maybe it'll be one last swan song for the Switch, but it also could be an awesome new launch title for Switch 2. Moving on to that topic, even Switch 2, there were rumors that, reports that Nintendo has shown the system. They've shown it to developers. A few developers have the kits and are working on games right now as we speak. It's clear that, the time for release is somewhat imminent here. And I think I'm personally predicting fall of next year and maybe an announcement in the spring of next year. But who knows, maybe they'll just, throw out a surprise. Hey, here is the next system coming spring. I don't think that's going to happen, but I wouldn't call it entirely implausible. But, they just showed it. So I think that they just need some time to cook some games up from those third-party developers. Now, of course, the biggest thing for me in the last direct was the Super Mario RPG remake. That I was so happy. I was so dang happy. It was just a small little tease, but I know I watched it quite a number of times, was listening to that new remastered music and looking at the beautiful way that they've updated this game, and I want to see more details, and I think they will show more details about maybe some of the changes they've made. They seem to show some different things going on in the battle system, like different ways you can do combos and such, so I'm intrigued to see what further details we get, and it's my number one most anticipated game. I'm excited about that one. We did get some rumors that there could be Super Smash Bros. News coming soon, mainly because they've done things like restock amiibos or restock a Super Smash Bros. Controller. I think it probably could be something. It could either be something very minor, like just maybe the Sora amiibo being announced, but maybe there's a new game mode being announced, something that's being updated, because there is going to have to be an update of some kind for Sora to be added as an amiibo. So we'll just see what they do with the update. I'm not going to bank on Fighters Pass 3. I think they're done with adding new fighters, but who knows? They could add some. Who knows? We'll just have to see what they announce. Maybe besides just amiibo, if anything else. And I think that is most everything I wanted to say. We could also get Zelda. We could get Zelda, maybe Twilight Princess, and Wind Waker HD finally brought over to the Switch. Metroid Prime 4 is still out there. We could see something out of that. Now, the last thing I want to wrap up here is that the 2 previous September Directs, we've had a rare developed Nintendo 64 game announced for Nintendo Switch Online. 2 years ago being Banjo-Kazooie, and 1 year ago being GoldenEye 007. And I'm just going to say there's a pattern. I mean, we still don't have... Mario Party 3 was announced last September. We still don't have it on Nintendo Switch Online, which is hilarious. And I think also 1080p snowboarding, but I'm going to bank on that's something that very well could happen again. We could get a new batch of Nintendo 64 games announced, and at least one rare Nintendo 64 game. I would hope for more. Maybe they'll put in DK64 as well, but we still need Banjo-Tooie. We still need Diddy Kong Racing. Diddy Kong Racing would be awesome with the online multiplayer. Banjo-Tooie would be awesome with online multiplayer. I'd love to see that. But that's all I wanted to talk about this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And I will mention that, yes, things changed. I filmed both the intro and this right here right now as well. Things got rearranged in the in-between. That's just the way, that's just life. But thank you so much. Be sure to go ahead, drop a like, subscribe to this channel, and we will see you next time. Bye, everybody!